All right. Greetings, everyone, wherever you are. This is your mentor, Cindy John. And today I want to talk about the code of ethics of Alliance in Motion Global and Project J8. So the first code, according to the company, says that all members shall at all time remain loyal to the company and its policies issued from time to time by not committing acts which are not limited to joining, representing, associating, sponsoring, recruiting, or conspiring in any mode and form for the benefit or advantage directly or indirectly of competing companies, business groups, partnerships, or individuals, either locally or abroad, neither introduce, present, sell, promote, offer in any form, none manner their products, services, business, marketing program, and plans or combination thereof, whether tangible or intangible. So this simply means the company wants you to be focused because it's not going to be easy. It's like you're in a relationship and you're playing your lady. That is what you're talking about here. Or you're playing your man. Or maybe you're already married, but you know you're going out and you're hiding it. So that is what the company is trying to avoid. There are things that happen when you become such kind of a person, whether in a relationship, whether in a business, whether in anything. You have to avoid that completely. You have to be this person who is very, very genuine, very sincere, and you have to fight or rather maintain your relationship with Alliance in Motion Global so that you can be able to have that full potential to grow the business. So the company does not advise doing this business and also promoting a secondary business that probably operates or works the same, because this one is very risky. Imagine, let's say, you're building Alliance and then you're also building another business like this one. I don't know from which company. And you get someone who probably has the potential to help you succeed. But since you do not know that, because you haven't discovered that until they start working on the business so that you can know how hard this person can go. Maybe let's say you find out that you did a mistake and you introduce them to the other wrong business. You see you're losing and you're complicating. That guy going to the other business might go there for some difficulties because of your divided time attention, and they might decide to completely drop the other business from the other side. So this law helps you, rather this code helps you focus on one business, because like we want you to build, to focus on one thing, you work on it because the system is working. You work on the business, you focus on the business from the very first day until the very end when you are able to make ends meet with the plan. So this gives you that ability to focus properly. The second code, all members are strictly enjoined to be honest in all conducts and dealings locally and abroad by not making, agitating, encouraging, written or oral derogatory or defamatory remarks, utterances or any statement in any form that discredit, disrepute the company, discredit and disrepute the company, its centers as of any services, its centers or any of its service branch, which at the same time malign to credibility of its officers and employees. So this is why you get that globally between, we call them distributors. Distributors are people like me in the business and you, who is going to be part of our business, who is already a part of our business. So this is why you get that distributors or business builders and the Alliance in Motion Global official management usually have a very good relationship. It's because of this. We do not allow you to abuse our company, to disrespect any of our workers, to disrespect our business in any way. We do not allow you to do that. We do not allow you to make degrading remarks about anything about our business. And that is why we are usually very sensitive when it comes to when you decide to attack us in any way. It is because of this that we are able to build a very good business, because outside here, there are people who are crazy. There are people who will do anything to be able to get that attention. And sometimes there are people who join this business thinking that their work is to join, pay the capital, join, sit, and then wait for the money. And when that doesn't happen, they go degrading the company. So you get people, most people who talk bad about our business, who talk bad about our company. There's a type of people who are not following what's supposed to be done. And because of that, they're not getting the right results that they're supposed to get. And that is how they start, degrading the company and all that. Okay, so we seriously we have to avoid this, or we seriously have to tell individuals that they have to understand that we do not promote this kind of misinformation or other misguided information. Code number 3 says all members are strictly enjoined to be professionals in all acts, bearing, dealings, or transactions by not committing any false statement, such as but not limited to misinterpretation, exaggeration, disinformation, vain promises, introducing spurious products or services, or circumventing the marketing plan or programs of the company that contravene the tenor and purpose thereof. So here what the company is basically trying to say, or rather what this code is trying to say, is that number one, you have to be very professional. Okay, you have to be very professional and sincere in dealing with anyone. You have to be very professional and sincere and very trustworthy in working the business out. You're not allowed to commit any false statements. You are not allowed to misinterpret the information. You're not allowed to exaggerate your earnings. You're not allowed to give fake promises. You're not allowed to introduce other fake products into the business, other fake services, just to lure people into joining your business. You're not supposed to circumvent the marketing system. Circumventing the marketing system is where you invent your own things. There's a reason why the company gives us the marketing system that we have. And that is what I've always followed in doing my presentations. The difference between what the company presentation and my presentation is that mine are detailed, extremely well detailed, well elaborated, step-by-step kind of presentation. So that is what, and I've always told people, if you're going to do a presentation to anyone, if you're going to present this business to anyone, just follow what the company, the suggested presentation that was given by the company, because there is a reason for that. Based on the fact that this company has been existing for so many years. It was established in 2006, March, up to right now when you're listening to this training. It means there is something that they have done for all those years consistently until they discover that this is what is working. And that is why the company will always warn you against trying to change the marketing plan, or rather trying to change how you train other people. If you do this, there is a very big chance that people will not understand the business properly. Like a mistake we used to do in my big team where I joined is that we never trained people about the products, because we used to think that, these products are useless and all that. But we didn't discover that we are going to meet people who have all the money, but they want something that could give them good health. And if someone like that gets to attend a business training and you have omitted that part where they are supposed to learn something about the products, they will simply stop listening to the training, or they will go home. So the presentation given by the company has what we call inclusivity. If you want to change the presentation given by the company, what you can do is maybe alter a few things, maybe remove a few extra excess photos, and then you can now incorporate a few other programs that you're running in your team, okay? Because remember, you're going to be an independent distributor with a company. So you can always change a few things here and there, but still maintain the overall integrity, or rather the overall structure of the presentation. So you have to put that in mind, okay? So, and then you're not supposed to promote anything that goes against the vision of the company. The vision of this company is to create multi-millionaires across the whole world. So you're not supposed to come up with anything that contradicts that vision, okay? So that is what this code number 3 means. And then you have code number 4. It says all members are strictly enjoined to be honest and credible in all their deeds by not committing acts against the company or fellow members, which are but not limited to the following. Number 1, imitating or counterfeiting any handwritten or signatures. You are not allowed to fake anything, any signature or any written letter documentation from either the company to the distributors or to the public, or from the distributor to the company. You're not supposed to fake that. If you do that, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So we don't do that, okay? The next thing, causing it to appear that members has participated in any act or activity when he did not, in fact, so participate. Sometimes you will hear people telling you, oh, I've joined Alliance in Motion Global, I succeeded, I went for the Diani trip and all that, okay? So this is what people do. This is what most distributors are doing in the company. They create a fake story to actually be able to attract the masses, because people outside here, they are hyped by that good life, that change of lifestyle, okay? Especially I've seen this happening with a lot of Kenyan distributors. Recently, there was another time we had the qualification, a trip to Diani in Kenya, and the qualifications were laid out very well. And what happened is that the people who are making money at the top, we call them the top 20, those are the members of the millionaire circle, they always thought that because they are top members, they are top earners, they're going to attend the whatever. They are going to attend the trip to Philippines. Okay. So you get that once that happened, people had this kind of conviction. You see, if you are telling people that you've started a business, it has taken you to a very expensive place for a vacation, and you're asking them to join, and that did not actually happen, then you're making a mistake there. That is what this simply means. So most people in Kenya, they use that to lure anyone into joining the business, and it is not good. Okay. So number 3, alluding or pointing to members who have participated in an act or activity or statement other than those made by them. Like saying that you know that guy who is maybe the top earner in Kenya. Yes, he has started buying people cars. If you join our business with the biggest package, he will buy you a car. You see, that is lying. Okay. That is lying. You're pointing to members who you're trying to say somebody did something they didn't do so that you can be able to benefit or based on personal gains, and that is not allowed by our company. Inserting untruthful statements in a narration or fact, such as those in the affidavit, deed, and other documents is similar to thereto. So you are not supposed to fake anything in our company. That is why for me, while building this business, if someone asks me a question, I usually tell them directly. And I tell them what it is, the way it is. Okay. If someone comes to my inbox and they ask me how much money do I need to join the business, there are no stories. Just tell the guy, this is what you need. Okay, so that they know. Okay. The next thing, altering true dates, stroke, making alterations. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to alter true dates. You're not supposed to lie to people that, you know what, you see this check here, this money that I made it from the company and I made it on this date. You're not supposed to do things like that. The company refuses or rather warns you against that. Then making any alterations or intercalculations in a genuine document which alters or changes its meaning. Okay. So for example, how do I put this? Let's say there's some bad activities which usually happen in our company. You get someone has joined the business, and after joining the business, maybe they're not following the discipline that is required, and they use other people's testimonies to say, look at what I've earned today. That is very wrong. That is altering. Okay. You have, so, you know, whenever you're going to get money from the company, usually there is a place in the system where we call transactions. It shows everything. It shows all the calculations on the money that you are going to transact, how the tax is calculated and all that. Now, if you take someone else screenshot of such a transaction and you decide to say that this is now what I'm earning, and you lie to someone, and this someone ends up making a mistake that ruins the integrity of their trust with you, and they discover that we have a rule like this that exists, and they're able to go to the company and prove that what you told them is a lie or you manipulated them based on you sharing fake information, then this one is going to roast you very bad. Okay. So most people do not know these codes and conducts. And that is why we have people who are actually making our business look like it's a scam, making our business look like it is not true, because there are people who trust what we tell them so much that they believe that they're going to achieve what we tell them. And then probably because most of us are using lies, we get to manipulate these people the wrong way. And the moment they get to discover that we manipulated them, they will always discover. People will always discover the moment you manipulate them. If someone discovers that you manipulated them and they get to understand this law, you as a member of our company, you are at high risk of losing a lot. So I don't advise people to fake. I don't completely. Okay. Issuing an authenticated form of a document purporting to be a copy of an original document when no such original actually exists. There was a time people used to go and take bank statements, and then they would lie to people and they would tell them that, you see what, this is what the company has paid me this month, and I want you to join the business. Yet in reality, that guy didn't make that money. So you're not supposed to do that according to code number 4. Okay. So let's go to code number 5. Code number 5 says all members are strictly enjoined to observe humility and respect to other fellow members, officers, and employees of the company by not committing directly or indirectly any limited or malevolent acts which are not limited to rudeness, disrespect, and discourtesy. You're not supposed to be rude to anyone. You're not supposed to be disrespect. You're not supposed to disrespect anyone in our company. and you're not supposed to be discourtesy. So if you have anyone who has ever disrespected you, who has been rude to you, and you try to plead with them and you told them that it is not okay to be that, and they're still abusing you, and they're in the business, and whatever they're doing is something that is actually affecting your team negatively, you have the power and ability to go and sue them with proof, of course, of what they have said, of what they have done. So you can just visit the hospital and you show them the testimonies and all that. I mean, you show them the proof and all that, and you tell them that, you know what, this individual here is actually messing me up, or rather is breaking one of the codes of conduct. So that is code number 5. Code number 6 says, all members are strictly enjoined to have a sense of equality and sincerity towards fellow members by observing the 6-month rule, wherein a fellow member has 6 months of presentation of the marketing plan or program of the company and signing of any documents towards membership by the prospective member, within which fellow members shall not interfere, intervene, or alienate said prospective member at the prejudice of the first member. So this is what this simply means. Let's say I'm a prospect who is interested in the business, okay? And then I go online looking for which platform to learn this business, okay? So once that happens, I get, let's say, 2 people. We have Anita and Bruno. Both of them, they're in the business. Now, Anita, I land on Anita, and Anita introduces me to the business, and she shares everything with me, and she trains me, okay? And then Bruno discovers that I'm his friend, very close friend, but he did not share the business with me. And then Bruno discovers that he knows Anita, who is in the same team as him. And Bruno tries to coerce me from not joining Anita so that I can join him. Like, you know, offering those nice promises and telling me that, you know what, if you don't join Anita, come and join me. I'll give you a BCD. I know you're still going to be in the same team and things like that. For me, I usually don't do that. If someone is approaching me because they want some consultation, I usually tell them, you have to decide. You either go back to the person who invited you into the business, or you decide to join my team. But I'm not going to advise you or force you to make that decision. It is you to make. And I tell them the company does not allow me to do that. So you're the one to decide. And based on this code number 6, the company also, there's another rule that the company says that as an individual who is going to join the business, if it gets to a point where you change your mind without being influenced by anyone, then you're allowed to proceed with the decision that you will make, okay? So if maybe, let's say, you approached me and you wanted to join me, and then you see something bad in me and you decide to change your mind, and you say, I'm not going to join Mr. John Osinde because of ABCD, because I'm scared, because I think he's been lying and all that. And you decide, I'm going to look for another member, another mentor, so that I can join that other mentor. Then that is your own personal decision. You're the one who has made that decision. Nobody influenced you to make that decision. Then if you do something like that, as someone who is going to leave this mentor and join another mentor, it is allowed by the company, because even if you raise a complaint into the office, the company will ask you, who are you comfortable to work with? Because the company wants to provide an environment where you're comfortable to build the business. The company doesn't want to force you into joining a team you're not comfortable with, okay? So if you've made, let's say you're going to make payments and you're undecided, and you want to weigh, like, which person should I join with, and you're scared, maybe because you approach the first person, you feel like you are obliged to joining them. Then the company says that if you make a personal decision to decide to change your member, your mentor, without being influenced by anyone, then you are allowed to proceed with that personal decision that you have made, those personal changes that you have made. But no one is supposed or is allowed to convince you so that you can change your decision. No one is supposed to coerce you to change your decision. So that is what code number 6 simply means, okay? So I hope I've been able to explain that well so that I can get it. Code number 7, all members are strictly enjoined to be at all times clothed with integrity and a sense of oneness and unity, by not committing any immoral acts or conducts which tend to debase company policies, transgress decency, morals, and good behaviors, while inside or within the company premise, at its center or service branch, neither practice cross-lining that obstructs oneness and unity between husband and wife, nor commit acts that circumvent the same. acts to immoral acts, acts or conducts as to cross-lining. Okay, so this code number 7 is what it means. You know, these laws are usually, this law language is not that easy for most people to understand. So the company says that you must have integrity at all times, and your integrity should promote oneness and unity of the people that you're going to work with, so that you can be able to work as a team. And you're not supposed to break the unity and oneness of any group, okay? So you're not supposed to commit any moral acts or conducts which tend to debase the company policies. You're not supposed to promote anything that is going to make company policies look like they are useless laws or something like that, okay? You must be decent in your dealings, and you must show good behavior, must be respectful of people, okay? Whether within the company premises or outside there when you're promoting the company or wherever you are, you have to ensure you do that. You have to ensure that even if you're in other training centers or other service branches, you also have to maintain the same ability, okay? And then the other thing is that the unity between husband and wife. The company believes in marriage because the people who started this company, they are husband and wife. That is Dr. Kony and Ed Kamantog. Those people, they are married. And they came up with this law, or rather with this code of conduct, because they respect marriage. Our company respects marriage, and the company says, let's say, if I meet someone who is a lady or a woman, and she's married, and I start introducing her into the business, and she gets to a point and she realizes that she has seen this business somewhere, and she tells me, you know what, my husband joined this business and I was thinking of joining, but I didn't know. And I was just looking for someone who can elaborate everything to me properly so that I can join the business. Now, in this case, the husband is already in the business. And then the wife is not yet in the business, but she wants to join. You are not allowed to advise the wife to leave her husband and come and join you. By doing that, you are tempering or rather obstructing, or rather you're bringing some division between the husband and the wife. In that case, you're supposed to let that person be, and tell her that according to the rules of the company, if your husband is in the business and you want to get started, you're already married, officially, like you're already married, and your husband is in the business and you want to join, I can't allow you to join my team. You have to go and join your husband's team. That is how it's supposed to be, because this is a business you can build as a family, okay? Then acts to immoral acts or conducts as to cross-lining. Cross-lining simply means, this is me, John Osin, and then under me I have Anita, on the other side I have Bruno. And then I realize Anita has a prospect, and if that prospect is going to join Anita, maybe because I haven't been able to do ABCD, I realize that if that prospect joins Anita, I'm going to make less money. But if that prospect joins Bruno, I'm going to make more money. So I decided to steal that prospect and put him under myself on the other side of the network. Like, I manipulate the system for me to benefit based on the fact that those who are in my team are the ones who have put in the efforts to be able to grow to that level. And if something like that happens, then that is what you call cross-lining. It's not a good thing, okay, where you are repositioning the people who are joining the business so that you can benefit, or rather you can be able to make more. And this one, when you're doing this cross-lining, you're doing it with evil intentions, personal gains. You're not supposed to do that, okay? The other law, according to code number 7, is that you're not allowed to tamper with anyone's team. Let their teams be, okay? They're not allowed to tamper with anyone's team. But if someone has joined a team, let's say they have been working on or they have been wanting to join the business and they have stayed there for 6 months, nothing is happening, you are allowed to go and revisit and reintroduce them into the business so that they can be able to now see the bigger picture of the whole opportunity and get to join you, okay? So these rules, they are very important, and this is what I've been actually able to use in order to be able to grow. All members are strictly enjoined not to commit any fraudulent acts or false pretense to the prejudice directly or indirectly of the company or fellow members by not committing acts which are not limited to the following. Number 1, using fictitious name or dummy, or by means of other similar deceits purportedly to obtain personal gain or interest, okay? So you get people come into Alliance in Motion Global, they build a business, and then maybe because they are scared of telling people that I joined Alliance in Motion Global, and someone asks them that, which business are you dealing or which company is this? And this person doesn't want to say, you know, they're hiding, okay? You're not supposed to do that. The company does not allow that, does not promote that, okay? So you're not supposed to come up with funny names that, and then you call that name, like you're not supposed to change like the name of the company. Sometimes, long time ago when I started the business, like in the very first days, when I used to tell people that I've joined Alliance in Motion Global, they used to be very bitter. I don't know why. People didn't understand the perception of network marketing. They were so adamant, they were so reluctant into joining network marketing. So if I introduced someone into the business and they asked me which company is this, and based on that fact, let's say if I were to tell them that it is Alliance in Motion Global, and by doing so, that would make them feel very angry and not join the business because of, you know, stories from outside there and all that. And I decide that because of this fact, I'm going to lie to them and tell them that it is not Alliance in Motion Global, it's just a different company. By the fact that I've already done that, that is wrong. That is what the company is trying to avoid, okay? Number two, by altering the quality, fineness, or weight of the products or any product pertaining to be the business of the company. So this is where you get that sometimes people take a product and they exaggerate. Like they tell you, this product is big, this one is going to help you. And you know, you're trying to change so that you can be able to sell it. It's not allowed. You're trying to do that to be able to benefit for yourself. It's not allowed. Issuing a check to a fellow member or the company, or incurring obligations to both when it has no funds or insufficient to cover the amount of the check, or invading the performance thereof, or any obligation after demand. Now I'd like to explain this one. You see, when our business is all about people relations, and some of the leaders go to an extent, an extra mile to be able to build a very good, credible business. And we have what we call town trainings. So this is whereby we travel into new towns and we meet people and we train them there, okay? So assuming you've gone into a new town, you've hired a hall and you're doing the training, and then when a time comes to pay the hall, you get that there is a problem. Like you know, the people who are responsible to paying the hall, they decide to run away, or maybe they don't have money at that moment, but they are willing to do that training in order to be able to, you know, they want to succeed, but they are lying to the hotel management that, you know what, we are going to pay you, but they don't get to pay by the end of the day, and they run away. Okay, that is what this code is all about. You're giving a check to someone that is not true, okay? Or maybe you're using fake payments to lure someone. You're not allowed to do that, okay? Then we have, depending on the gravity of violation, as determined by the ad hoc committee, okay? Depending on which mistake you've been able to make, this is what could happen to you. Number one, you will have to write, you will have to commit into a written reprimand. This is where you have to write a letter and you say, I, so and so, I am sorry, I will not do ABCD, I will never repeat it again. And we have people who have done that. We have people who have written letters to ask for an apology, okay? Number two, 6-month deactivation of all accounts with a forfeit in favor of the company. So they will deactivate your accounts. By deactivating simply means you just see yourself making money inside there, but you'll not be able to remove, you'll not be able to encash it, okay? So, and then you get that all the benefits, privileges, commissions, and other remunerations, either monetary or of any kind, which are accrued at that time of commission, or at that time of commission of the violation. So if maybe let's say you've made a very big mistake and the company has decided to give you to do what? Disconnect or deactivate your accounts for 6 months. It means any money you're going to make in between here within these 6 months belongs to the company. It is not your money, okay? So the company takes over all you get that all the monetary gains and all that you have been able to accumulate within this period that you are undergoing your 6-month deactivation time or something, okay? And then number 3, perpetual deactivation of all accounts, which carries with its forfeit of all benefits, privileges, commissions, and other remunerations, either monetary or in any kind of the company, which accrued at that time of the commission of the violation, okay? So that is what happens. So you see, if your account has been deactivated, all of them, you get that any benefits you're going to make from there goes back to the company. If let's say you make a mistake and you are barred from proceeding with the business, or maybe you've been your accounts have been deactivated. And let's say because of the way you've been building the business, maybe let's say your accounts have been deactivated from January to June, and then in February you happen to win a free car. But you see, in February you're still within the period through which you are going through perpetual deactivation, that because of the gravity of violation that you did, and the company is going to determine which type of punishment they're going to give you. So that in this case, you have been given a punishment from January up to June, and by February it happens that you win a free car. Now, because you're still undergoing your punishment within that period of time, that car that you've won belongs to the company, doesn't belong to you. Why? Because by the time you were supposed to receive the car, you had broken some rules and you were undergoing some punishment. So that is what number 3 says, according to what you see here on the screen. So I'm trying to explain these laws in a way that you can be able to understand them, okay? So terms and conditions: any person of legal 18 years and above, or any corporation or any partnership or any legal entity may apply and become a member of Alliance in Motion Global. So you can decide to open, if you have a business, you can decide to open accounts for that business. Like, let's say, let me repeat that. Let's say you have an agency, like let's say you have which business can I use that can actually be able to understand? Let me see. Like you own these buses that usually take us on the roads. These Nissans, Matatus, and all those buses, okay? And you are into the travel and the transport industry. So the company says, maybe let's say you're calling your company Osinde Travels. Maybe that is where now you have all your cars, all your public transport cars. You can decide to open an account, or you can decide to open a business account for Osinde Travels. And then, because Osinde Travels can be a corporation or a partnership or a business legal entity, so you can decide to open a business account for that business of yours. And you can also decide to open a business account. You see, the same way we open business accounts for people who are joining the business is the same way. If you have a physical business of your own that you're building, you can open an Alliance in Motion Global account for this business that you're building, so that you can be able to support your business to grow. The company allows that, okay? And number 2, as Alliance in Motion Global Incorporated distributor, one can now engage in direct selling of all M Global, all Alliance in Motion Global health supplements, and shall be entitled to corresponding commissions, rebates, discounts, and privileges given by the company. This simply means if you ever participate in retailing any of the products that we have in our company, the company commits to fully paying you all the commission that you will ever make based on your activities. So this one is proof that the company is willing to do whatever it says, okay? There shall be no employer-employee relationship between M Global and its distributors. You understand? That is why people who are joining this company, they start asking, like, what am I going to make tomorrow if I start today? Is because they have a job mentality. And that is why you're not supposed to promote this business to the public as a job. You are not. In fact, if you get caught doing that, you really risk losing a lot. So people have to understand that this is a business. This is not a job. You're not joining Alliance in Motion Global to be paid a salary by the end of the month. You are starting a business so that you can be able to build on what you call residual income, so that you can be able to build on your profit. So there is no day in whatsoever way that the company is employing us, or rather employing me, okay? And you have to understand something. If you're not interested in building the business, the company is not going to force you to grow the business. It will just leave you alone, okay? So until the day you decide to work on it. So nobody's going to push you actually to succeed in this business unless it is you. Number 5 says, Alliance in Motion Global Incorporated is authorized to deduct the corresponding taxes delivered from the sales of commissions or rebates of a distributor. This is why the company has to be registered in each and every country. Why? Because the company abides by the laws of that country in relation to tax, in relation to withholding tax and all that. So we usually get tax, our salary goes through tax deductions, not our salary, our commission and profits goes through tax deductions. And for us, we are subjected to a 5% tax. So let's say you made 100,000, it will undergo through 5% tax, which is 5,000 Kenyan shillings. And then The remaining 95,000 Kenyan shillings will be subjected to a very tiny, very small transactional fee of about $2 US. So you'll have 94,800 Kenyan shillings. And then from there, let's say that that is the money that one of your accounts has been able to make. And then now from there, the moment you withdraw that money from our system, now that money is coming from the InGlobal system into your bank account. Of course, your bank account will do a few charges here and there. By the end of the day, you'll get that you have 93,000, 92,000 out of 100,000 that you've already made. So looking at what you have to commit to in terms of the tax that remains, or rather is deducted from the profits that you've made, and what you're going to have in your hand by the end of the day, you get that it is a very fair business. It is very fair, okay? So that is one thing that these laws, or rather these terms and conditions. And then InGlobal Incorporated shall not be responsible for any misinterpretation made by its distributors. The company has said they will not be responsible. So let's say you've come to my training and I lied to you proper until you decide to join the business because I've hyped you so much and I've lied to you. And you go to the company and you want to sue the company for allowing people to use false information to build their business. The company will not allow that. Okay, so that is why this one says the company shall not be responsible for any misinterpretation. So if you are misinterpreted, okay, if you are misinterpreted, or maybe if you are misrepresented, that is what I'm trying to talk about. If you are misrepresented, the person who's sharing the information to you about the business lies to you, and you want to go and sue the company because that person lied to you, then the company is not going to allow that. The company is not going to be held responsible for that. Why? Because we usually have trainings in our company, the speakers video training and all that, where everybody is taken through the right mentorship to know what to say, to know how to say it to people. Because that way, the company will be able to prevent things like what you see number 6. So basically, you cannot use information that you are taught by a distributor who lied to you, and then you complain to the office and you say that you want to sue them because someone who lied to you about the business made you make a certain mistake. The company doesn't allow that, okay? And then term number 7, the company reserves the right to modify, revise, and update its existing policies and business plans for the best interest of Alliance in Motion Global and its distributors members without prior notice. So this tells you that the company has full control of everything, and they have the right and mandate to change their marketing system to innovate something without telling you, okay? So one price policy simply means you have to retail our products based on the given prices, or do not go below that. If you go below a certain price, you're creating what we call a black market. And a black market simply means you're going to be able to sell more products as you earn small profits, which are going to be a lot because you're earning small many times. Understand? And then you get some people that are doing that. So the company says, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to sell any of our products below the price. You are supposed to sell it at what the price they have said. That is what we now call one price policy. New products policy, and the company have rebates on the new products. He or she must buy new product of the month, and it is list. This is on top of the personal monthly maintenance, but on the following month, it will return to the original personal monthly maintenance. So this is what it means. If the company is introducing a new product and they want you to be able to benefit, if you or anyone in your team uses this new product, you need to do what we call NPP, or rather you need to do what we call new product policy. So this new product policy, you have to buy it, and it comes with some codes and all that within the member. Like when you buy and that payment is processed, what you get has some few things inside there. And the company says, if you want to be able to benefit from receiving commission, if anyone in your team buys that specific product from right now onwards forever, you need to do what we call new product policy. New product policy. So once you've done a new product policy and you encode it into your system, it will unlock your ability and possibility of earning from that same product should someone buy that product 10 years ago from now. Understand? So that is what we call new product policy. This code of ethics and acts will be hereby certified upon agreeing to all the information above are true and correct to the best of themselves, of the members' knowledge. Furthermore, members abide to the InGlobal Incorporated Distributor Agreement and also acknowledge that any violation of the company policies and procedures may result in revocation and or termination of the membership and be liable for possible criminal and or justice or civil charges in the proper forum. So this law says that you agree that these are the laws you're going to follow through, okay? And you agree that you have understood it correctly, and you abide that you will not be able to violate any of those laws or break any of those policies. And if you do that, you understand that if you do that, they're going to have, maybe they're going to revoke your membership, and or they're going to terminate your membership, or they're going to terminate your visa. So that is what it simply means. So you have to be very careful with that, okay? And that marks the end of our small presentation. So I believe you've been able to learn about our code of conduct, our code of ethics, or rather what we're going to use to be able to run this business in a very big way. Why? Because we need to be professionals. You need to be professional. So up to this level, thank you so much for listening. In case you want to reach out to me, you can get my phone number. It's online. Just go there, search for Cindy John. You'll get my phone number there, and be able to connect with me on Telegram or on WhatsApp, so that you can be able to share more. So up to that moment, have a blessed moment, or rather have a blessed day or evening, wherever you are. Thank you.